All right, for those people jumping in here, Keith's just hitting some balls. He's been waiting. His hot seat match was at 10 a.m. this morning. Probably finished like around 11 ish, maybe 11 after 11. But he's been sitting around for the last couple hours waiting on his opponents to get done. So Jose just finished a match, probably taking a quick break. They'll jump in here soon. All right, had to take a quick break, but I'm back. Hot seat match has gotten underway. So this is, or the finals match, sorry, this is the finals of the 525 and under here in Yakima, Washington, being held at the Dutch. Seven's in a bad spot. So this tournament had 24 players from all over Eastern Washington. About half the field was from Yakima here local. The other half was from out of town, from Moses Lake to Tri Cities, Lower Valley, Spokane. Keith here is from Spokane. Jose is from Yakima. Missed that shot, trying to force something to get shape for the seven. I can tell you, Jose should probably play a safety here of some sort, but he was hill with David Jenny from Spokane just a few minutes ago. Yeah, plays is actually a really nice safety. Wow, good shot, Duck. Uh, and they were hill, and he had a few fortunate games in there. He also gave away some games, but he ended up having two banks in a row, two good banks in a row to win that match. Hill. It was pretty solid. So I was expecting him to try to fire at some banks in this one too, feeling confident with them. I'd like to see a safety here too. Literally roll the six past the nine, get right on the nine ball. Mostly because shape to the seven is going to be difficult. But as I say that, he drills it, uses the point to get over here. Rich just mentioned in the chat, Keith is already money ahead in this thing. Oh, he drills another bank, folks. This guy is banking machine right now. Man, that nine rolled into a funny spot. So I can tell you, he can't play this in the corner because it'll scratch. Not sure he can play it in the side. This is one of these shots I'm just talking with somebody about yesterday, where you can bump into the nine, have it bump off, and just roll the cue ball right in, and basically just sit the cue ball right in this spot right here and hook him on the point. It's a speed shot. Now, I don't know if he's ever played with it. It's something I'm super comfortable with. Um, but instead, he's just going to try some kind of funky bank and leave Keith an opportunity here. He might not know the shot either. So Keith's going to get game one, take a 1-0 lead. So, anyways, yeah. So there was this was a $100 buy-in with a $20 optional side pot, and Jose did not spend the extra 20 to buy himself in the side pot. Talking to him last night, this is his first big tournament. He didn't really know and understand how the side pots work. It's a winner take all side pot, so only first place is going to get it. 18 players got into it. So the side pot's $360. But before this match started, Rich went ahead and gave Keith his $360 side pot money because he's the last one left in the side pot. So now they're just playing for the tournament money. Second is guaranteed 600. First is guaranteed 1,000. So this is essentially, because the side pot's already taken care of, this is a $400 match. But Keith has the hot seat, so Jose has to beat him twice, 2 matches to win the tournament. Crushes the break, but doesn't pocket a ball. Not sure Jose's going to have an open shot here, but he might be able to see the edge of this one. If not, he can kick safe, but yeah, it looks like he can see it. He's going for it. Yeah. Used a bunch of inside on that ball. 3's tied up with the 7, so I'm curious to see what he's going to do right here. I don't know if he's going for the 9. Either way, he rolled safe. 3's in a bad spot, so pocketing that wasn't going to really benefit him a whole lot. Yep. Keith makes a nice kick shot at that. Decides to go two rails instead of one. A lot of good things can happen there. Makes the ball you're kicking at bigger, so it's easier to get a legal hit for one, and for two, you're moving it away from that corner pocket, and it doesn't have a whole lot of pockets up here at this end of the table. So kind of put your opponent back into a spot of having to play safe again. I don't know if he was playing safe or he was trying to play the two off the three, but he didn't really leave Keith much. All right, I gotta give him more. Great shot, a great safety, and he bumped the three into a pocketable position. That was a really good shot by Keith. Got to give him props there. Yeah, he made a good attempt at it. Didn't get a legal hit, so Keith's gonna have ball in hand here. He'll probably just play this two, draw back a little, come off the rail, and try to be up in this area to play the three. He can pocket this and get a pretty decent shot on the four and the side without having to do much. But then from the four to the five is going to be a little more difficult. And he's going to be bridging over the seven. Make sure and share the stream out there. This is a finals match, so lots of people want to watch it if they know about it. Also, want to make sure that you get some people out here supporting these guys. It's no easy feat to make it to the finals of a pool tournament, so want to give him. Well, he left Duck a shot here for the four on the side. He just wants to make sure he doesn't travel too far up table. That six ball gets super big. But yeah, these guys deserve some people out here supporting them. Yeah, I knew he's going to run into that six. And might have left himself a bad shot here. Not sure he can see the edge of the five. If he can see the edge of the five, clip it and send a cue ball up table, depending on how he hits it with English. Send it up table, which will bring the five back like this. You don't have to get cover. You just got to leave some distance. Must not be able to, though, because he's looking at kicking at this ball. Gets a good hit. And I'm not sure he got safe out of it. If Keith can hit this five ball full, he can play it off this nine. Oh, he could see all of it. Wow. Great shot. He just got to hit this center ball, have the cue ball come off this direction. Hit a little hard. Wanted to hit that softer. He's got a shot. The eight ball's in a pretty good spot, so he should be able to just focus on pocketing the seven, and then he can make the eight from almost anywhere. But he definitely would like to have hit that a little softer, have an easier cut on the seven. It's easy to hit this thick. Oh, drilled it. and got a good bump. I was gonna say it's easy to make the 8 from anywhere unless you're down on this end shooting it towards the 9, then you're forced into that combo. But got a good rub there. He's gonna take a 2-0 lead in the first set of the finals, and he has the hot seat, so he's got some confidence on his side right now. Got a lot of shitty friends out there, I can tell you that. I asked for some food and a grape ghost, and I end up having to text somebody that's not even in the pool world to bring me some stuff. I got my ghost, and I'm still freaking tired. And then I had a friend message me about bringing me a Red Bull. So there's one out there that's willing to help. The rest of you, I'm writing off. Man, he really laid into that. Put a lot of body English into it. Crushed the break, but ended up scratching. Brought it right over to the side. Duck's got an opportunity here. He needs to take advantage. He can't let this get further behind. That's what happened in the hot seat matches. He got down quick, and then he's able to mount some of a comeback. Put a little pressure on Keith, and Keith started making some mistakes, but it was too little, too late. So he doesn't want to let this match get too far out of hand here. Gonna have Rich get that template off there. Hey Justin, I know we're friends, buddy. Don't forget, you get my undying loyalty for you saving my jacket there in Lincoln City and getting it to me. If you weren't on the last stream, got to give props to Justin Lee and Patrick and those guys at Evo. Amazing stream, amazing guys to work with. Got an awesome service here, so makes it fun to be able to commentate these matches. And I've been on a lot of streams for different matches, and it's awesome when you can go back and watch the match and have some commentators on there. And you can hear their point of view, hear their thoughts on things you can do, change maybe a different perspective on stuff. And ultimately, it's just easier to watch when you hear instead of just hearing the music. So it's awesome that they have this platform to be able to remote in from anywhere. I'm sitting at home in my recliner right now. Jose tried to play a safety there. It's pretty good containing safety. Didn't leave a good shot here. Oh, he drills it, but that's the thing is he left a tough shot. His opponent made a great shot, but now there wasn't a ton of reward on shape. So now he's got a shot at the 3, but it's not easy. It's easy to hit this ball thick and leave it hanging. So yeah, tried to be smart here and just tried to play a safety. Didn't get it though. It's going to give Jose another chance here. Three goes in the side. He just needs to decide how he wants to hit it so he can get shape on the 4. I think he might have had a little indecision there. That's why he kind of came right in the middle here. 2-rail speed on your banks and 9-ball. Just because of that, got pretty fortunate there. So now he's got to bear down and make the best of it. And he just misses the 5. And he shot that fast. And I know that's one thing that Jose's been working with or struggling with is his pace of play. This is his first big tournament he's ever played in, and um, his pace of play is a little inconsistent. It's a little off. He played a money match Friday night on the stream, and he was playing super fast. Uh, but sometimes playing fast, it allows you to not overthink and allows you to not let the pressure and the nerves really take hold of you. But you tend to miss shots you probably shouldn't miss sometimes because you're shooting too fast. So it's a double-edged sword. Keith makes a great shot, but he comes off and gets funny on the 8. Yeah, depending on what he does here, this is a shot I'd have watched. And Jose hasn't really played enough of these kind of tournaments to really have somebody come watch these hits. He's super close here. Yeah, he should be okay. He's shooting away a little bit with. Yeah, he tried playing safe, but he ended up scratching. That's too bad. It would have been a good safety had he not brought that into the corner pocket down here. All right, it's the third time I've said this rack, but Jose has to get out. He's got a 2-ball out. He can't make a mistake here. This will be big for both their mental states. He almost missed the 8, but he left himself a little longer, tougher on the 9. I mean, he's pretty straight, but these are the tough ones to make. But he drills it, gets it back to 2-1. 2-1 with the break. He's been breaking good. He just needs to capitalize on those good breaks. Yep. And here he's the 2-5 goes, it looks like. Unless he wants to try to get to the 2 in the side. Why is who using a different cue than earlier, Rodney? I didn't notice the cue Keith's using. Um oh yeah. So Jose's playing with a different cue. This is his cue. I can tell you he's been playing with he's been wanting to buy my old cue and shaft and everything, which is a Helmstetter cue with a Optimus prying shaft. Um, but it's the same tip that's been on there for a long time. I know last night Rich hit some balls with it after the fact, after the tournament, and it was the tip's pretty hard. So I don't know if that has some play or if he's just trying to go back to something he's more comfortable with. But yeah, it's a different cue. He's got a wood shaft with a different cue right now. He had a chance, but he shot that pretty fast. Like I said, he's struggling a little bit with his speed control or his tempo of play. Curious to see if Keith goes for this combo here or if he plays a safety. Yeah, goes for the combo. He's going to get unfortunate. Man, makes a great shot, but a little too much speed and brought that 4 into a funny spot. Yeah, Rodney, he was using one of Harold Prine's Optimus shafts, carbon fiber earlier. Smart play. Smart play. Now, instead of firing at this ball, I'd like to see him hit the 4 fairly thick and have it just bank out this way and have the cue come down off this direction. He hit it pretty hard. And I think he's going to leave him the edge of the 4 to be able to play the combo. And the 7's going to hold the cue ball too. Keith's got to come with a good shot here, but I think he's got a chance. Wow, I hit that pretty hard. Yet again, this is a spot where, Jose's probably gonna play the play the 4 all the way down. I'm not sure I would. I'd probably play safe. And he didn't plan that safety, but it worked. Earlier I had somebody ask me in the chat in one of the matches what I thought the big difference between a 500 and a 600 Fargo player was. And I made some comments about, oh, he missed it completely. Obviously, consistency, pattern play, um, how the knowledge about how to maneuver the cue ball around the table, how to use English in a proper way and still pocket balls at a high percentage. All those things are taken into consideration. But one of the other things I mentioned is knowing when to play safe and what safeties to play. Oh, now, okay, good shot. He made the ball. Looks like he fell into a window here, and I shot it fast and clipped the 7. But here's my thing: if he's gonna play the combo, I'm not 100% sure why he would leave himself the angle to take the cue ball over there, not just leave himself straighter in.
Hey, Josh.
Hey, Patrick, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. I heard you calling out for a commentator for the finals. I had a little bit of time here this afternoon. I thought I'd jump in and join you, if you don't
Yeah,
mind.
absolutely. It's always welcome. For you that don't know, this is Patrick Nix with EvoSports. He's not only is he a good salesman, he's definitely good, but he's an amazing commentator too.
Uh,
So appreciate you jumping in, Patrick.
well, thank you for the kind words, Josh. I'm just a pool nut like the rest of us. That's oh oh boy, you almost drew into the side pocket there. I was enjoying watching this though, so I've always enjoy your commentary, Josh. You describe the game really well, and I like watching some of these tournaments, especially when they get down to the end. I don't know the players, but I know what they're going through in these moments. When you're getting down to the finals and the third place match and all of that, and the hot seat matches, and it's a lot. It's a grind, right? These guys have been there since what 10 a.m. yesterday.
Yep.
Is that when you guys started this tournament?
Yeah, yeah. So it started at 10 a.m. yesterday, and then uh, I think both these guys were done around, I want to say like between 7 and 8 p.m. yesterday. And then yeah, back in their first matches today were at 10 a.m. Their first match today was each other at 10 a.m., which was the hot seat match.
Okay. And so this is so let me see. Keith is the winner of the hot seat, so he's got to be defeated twice. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yes.
Okay. So this is the first set, and he's up 3-1 in the first set.
Yep.
So he's
Yeah, and he was up 3-0 in the first set of the hot seat match, and um, Jose, it was kind of a similar match as like right now. I mean, Keith started out strong. He had like a break and run to open the match. He was shooting good. And Jose was really struggling. And then Jose kind of settled in a little bit. And then Keith started making a few little mistakes in the middle there. And
mhm.
it came back and it was like 5-5, 6-5. And then Keith picked it back up and finished strong. Um,
Oh,
and that's kind of like this is almost like a complete, you know, full circle. It's almost the same match as the hot seat match. They're both kind of doing the same kind of thing starting out here. So I'm curious to see how they progress through.
okay. And what are the Fargos of these players?
All right, so let me take a look.
I guess I could have looked it up. Sorry, I was being
No,
lazy
no,
and
you're
not
good. I have
doing
the
the
I have the bracket
homework.
right here, and I've I should know it honestly. So Jose is a 486, and Keith is a 503.
Okay.
Now, one big difference between these players, I can tell you. He scratches there. So one big difference is experience. All right. So Jose is a new 486. He's been slowly coming
Uh-huh.
up. He's fairly new on the pool scene around Yakima.
Yeah.
He's putting in a lot of time, but this is his first bigger tournament. He's only played some of the small, like $10 buy-in tournaments, weekly tournaments.
Uh-huh.
And he's mostly been around for like the last 6 months to a year,
Okay.
just trying to learn and trying to learn the game. And this is his first big one. And Keith, on the other hand, has played for a long time. Um, and a big difference is Keith has also traveled quite a bit. He's been to Vegas for some of the MLB tournaments, Lincoln City. I
Okay.
mean, he's been everywhere, and
You've
he's
got more.
been in a lot of big spots, and he's had some success, and he's been through these kind of moments, so he knows how to manage himself through these kind of spots. You
So
know,
Keith's got more seasoning, is what you're saying.
exactly.
And as far as Fargo goes, that kind of tells you their basic skill sets and knowledge. But what it doesn't tell you is how well they handle pressure situations, and that's where the seasoning comes in. Like Mike D says, you could have the same exact fundamentals and knowledge and execution ability as the other guy, but if you handle the moment better and you handle the pressure better and you're able to keep still and have that pre-shot routine more dialed in the key moments of a tournament, like when you're getting down to the end, that's what really makes the difference.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And that's one thing I've talked a little bit about is the pace of play. So like for Jose, he did a money match Friday night on one of our BFS streams that Rich always does. Myself, Rich, and Poncho, we all three kind of jumped in and commentated it, and he was playing faster than normal. I mean, he's playing super fast, kind of like that last shot he just missed. He
Yeah.
he played it super fast, and that's something that he's trying to figure out with himself because he doesn't normally shoot that fast, but playing that fast allowed him to not get as nervous and not let the nerves of and the adrenaline of the situation, everything kind of come into play. And that's something that he
Yeah.
heard he heard our commentating when because he went back and watched the match Friday night before he played Saturday morning, and he heard us talking about his pace of play. So it's something he's tried to adjust, but he kind of defaults to it when he gets a little nervous because um, he just wants to fire the balls in and doesn't want to take too long and be too methodical and then miss a shot he shouldn't
I
miss.
totally understand. I know a lot of players that shoot fast because it helps them with the nerves. However, it's not a long-term solution. Do you know what I
No,
mean? It does
yeah,
not solve the problem of the nerves. You have to learn how to use that as fuel to have a
yeah,
more amplified focus. And if you're able to embrace that moment and the pressure of the moment and turn it into an intense focus, that's where you're really going to see improvements in those situations. Speeding up the play, yeah, it might work temporarily for a few shots, but you're going to get in trouble because you're just not taking the amount of time that's needed to accurately assess and execute.
yeah, 100%. There's another player in the Acme area, Devin. He's another up and comer. He's been putting a lot of time in, and that's something him and I were talking about. Um, that same kind of thing. And when I play around Yakima, I've played around Yakima for years. I grew up there. I've played in everything Yakima has, and I don't get nervous in Yakima. I don't feel the pressure in any of the tournaments or anything because I mean, quite honestly, it just doesn't mean as much to me. I've been there. I've done that. It's just not as big of a deal to me. Um, and I shoot fairly fast, anyways. But I was talking to Devin about pace of play, and then I showed him a game or a match or whatever in Lincoln City where I was under pressure in a big spot and watched. And I told him, I said, watch. I said, you know how fast I play. Watch how much time I take in this rack. And he told me, he's like, I've never seen you take that much time. And I said, that's because you've never seen me outside of Yakima. And Yakima, it's just not as much. It doesn't mean as much to me. So I don't ever feel the pressure. But as soon as the pressure set in and I can feel my adrenaline start to spike, I slow down and it helps focus me. And it actually makes me play better because I don't make the stupid, uncharacteristic mistakes.
Right, right. Yeah. Boy, you got a lucky fluke there on the 8 ball dropping in. However, an unlucky leave on the 4 ball. Uh, I don't know. This is not in a situation where you can really jump successfully because the 7 is too far away. He's going to go
Yeah.
get his jump cue, but I don't agree with the jump shot because what's going to happen here is you're talking about getting all the way over, and by the time you get over, it's going to bounce, right? And so it's going to be bouncing. When it hits this, it's going to go off the table. right? I'm drawing this because I've done this a million times. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Same.
That ball
Yeah.
is so close to the rail here. Sorry. I mean, he hit the 7 first. So, but even if he had made it, if he had enough lift to clear the 7, it would be bouncing so high by the time it hit the 4 that the chances of it staying on the table were very slim.
Yeah, and the reason he hit the 7 is because he's trying so hard to not jump too hard and jump all the way to the 4 to not jump off the table that he's trying to land on the other side of the 7 and he's not jumping far enough
Yep.
because he's trying not to do that when in reality he's probably not going to be able to avoid it anyways.
Yeah. I would have thought just, even though the kick is not a high percentage, it's going to be your higher percentage to not foul. Right.
Yeah.
And not give up ball in hand. And in 9-ball on a bar box, not giving up ball in hand is the name of the game,
Yep.
I like that
Smart
shot.
play.
Very good finesse. He didn't try too hard, and I like it. Good
Yep.
coverage. This is really stuck here. He's got a kick to the long rail and back, to the short rail and back down, I think. Let me get a new pen color. So yeah, there you go.
I got you. He's got to come
Yeah,
at it
that's
this
that's
direction.
I think that's the only way that he has. And it's the problem with this is if you don't make the ball, your chances of selling out are pretty high because there's
Yep.
just not a lot of balls to end up getting a lucky safety out of it. But that's all you have. You just have to make the best of it.
Yeah, and it's better to just try to get a good hit and make your opponent deal with whatever they get.
And he
Just
got
like
the good
that.
hit, and yeah, it was hard not to give up a leave.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, Tim. So you're up in the mountains watching from there, huh? He's rooting on Spokane. Tim Herkimer, he's from the Spokane area, plays a lot of pool up there.
okay,
He had mentioned the other day he wished he'd known about this tournament. Rich puts these tournament flyers out, and he tries to share them as many places as he can, but he'll throw it out on his Facebook and one or two Facebook pages right away, see the response, and then go from there. And this one filled like super fast. So I don't think it really got shared around too many places. It filled fast and had a wait list.
and you
Keep
guys,
coming.
you guys got such a great pool community in the Yakima area. Uh, it's amazing to see. I really enjoy watching a lot of the matches out of the Dutch. Oh, heartbreaker there. That is the one that you
Yeah.
don't want to give up.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
in rotation. It's usually fine at this level if you miss one of the first 2 or 3 balls, but man, when you get down to those last 2, you just have to get everything. You have to make those.
Yeah. He kind of just left
Oh,
himself on the rail down there. So he decided to settle for the side pocket.
yeah. I'm not sure that's what he was really intending because
Yeah.
I think he would have liked to have that cue ball come up another foot to go to the corner. I think it's just when he was stretched over the table, he didn't get what he wanted out of it.
So I can tell you something that cannot be helping Jose at all. But one of the viewers, Rodney Barney, noticed it earlier. So Jose, he's got a cue. I don't know the brand of the cue, and it's got a wood shaft. I believe it's a Z2 shaft that's turned down quite a bit. Um, and then he's been looking at buying a cue from me. So my old cue was a Helmstetter cue, and I had a carbon fiber Harold Prine Optimus shaft on there. He's been looking at buying, so he's been using that cue on and off for quite a while, trying to decide what he wants to do with it. But his last few matches were with my old cue with that carbon fiber. And then the beginning of this match, he was playing with his cue with the wood shaft. And then that last rack right there, he was playing with the Helmstetter with the carbon fiber. So him shifting
Oh,
around on cues cannot help his consistency at all here.
I know a lot of players that do that, and they're
It's
not
crazy.
feeling something's not feeling right. They'll switch a shaft or they'll switch a glove or they'll switch their cue. And I've never been one to do that because I feel like it's not the equipment. It's usually me, it's,
Oh, great shot.
I mean, unless there's something wrong with the equipment, like the tip is cracked or
Yeah.
something, ferrule cracks or something like that, then yeah, I'll switch it out. But if there's nothing wrong with the equipment, then Oh, look at that 9 ball
Oh
go. And he got the
gosh.
lucky fluke on the 9.
Yeah.
So Jose now quickly was down. He was down 3-2, and now he's up 4-3 in a blink of an eye.
Yeah, he was down 3-1, actually.
3-1.
Yeah.
But literally, like 30 seconds ago, he was down 3-2.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, and then the missed 8 ball from Keith, or 7 ball, whatever it was. Yeah, it was the missed 7 ball from Keith. Gave Jose the easy 2 ball out, and then, wow, that's what a swing.
Yeah.
And look at this. He's getting balls on the break everywhere. I don't. You going to take another crack at the 9? Why not? Right? I don't know.
Yeah.
Here I'll draw it up for you, Josh. If you maybe thin off the 1, send the cue right into this 7 ball. See what
Yeah, I mean,
happens. I don't think if the 9 will go, but
I don't think so. And but here's the benefit of it. I mean, you might tear them off and scratch, but the benefit of it is you're going to be separating the 1 and Q end to end. Yeah, he just tried to play full safe, which I like, but
yeah, that's probably smarter.
come
You
up
can
short.
control better. He just didn't. He got way too much out of it. He wanted to leave the cue ball in, this area, probably here.
Yeah.
Was what I'm thinking. But yeah, good attempt. Good
Yep.
idea.
Yeah, going back to like shifting cues around and stuff. I'm very big into consistency with your equipment because majority of the inconsistency is going to be in yourself. And if you're changing equipment around a lot, how are you going to in my mind, how are you going to build
Right.
consistency in your own game
Well,
when you're constantly changing equipment,
it
you
almost
know?
feels like you're not taking the blame.
Smart shot.
Yeah, that was a great shot. Very good shot from Jose, or from Keith, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yep.
Keith. Yeah, exactly. You have to look in the mirror. When you're not playing well, the first thing that you have to do is look in the mirror and say, "I did that. That was me. It wasn't the equipment, wasn't the glove or the table or the noise or the person sitting next to me. It was me. And you're right. If you're switching equipment and you're doing those things, what you're kind of telling yourself is, well, maybe it's really not me. Maybe it's this shaft, or maybe it's this, or maybe it's that, and you're trying to switch stuff to fix stuff, but it doesn't truly fix the issue, which is, I need to work on this or that, right?
Yeah, you got to hold yourself accountable.
Right.
It's just like after miscuing, I almost always look at my tip, and I've had other players go, "Oh, was it your tip or whatever?" And I'm like, "No, it was me. I put a bad stroke on it. I'm just looking to see like where did I hit it? Like how was I far out on there or what was the deal?" Because
Yeah.
majority of the time, it's me.
Yeah.
And Rich and Poncho and those guys, they make fun of me sometimes because I'm a. It gets in my head if my tip is funky. I'm not good at shaping my own tips, so I have those guys shape them for me. And then if the tip gets like harder than it should be, I start to struggle. And I'll have those guys be hit balls with it, and they're like, "Man, I think it's in your head." And I'm like, "Well, if it's in my head, that's a problem too,
That's
because
right. Yeah.
I don't want to be thinking about my tip or whatever. I'd rather just replace it, spend the $40, replace it, and not have something that's dwelling on my mind. That it could be a tip or whatever, and just know that my equipment's good.
Yeah.
Whatever issues there are, it's on me and it's something I need to fix with my pre-shot, my stroke, my fundamentals, something.
It's funny you said that, because I think that, I've commentated probably thousands of pool matches, and I think every single player ever who has miscued always has looked at their tip after they
Yeah.
miscue. And I think that's what you said. Usually you're looking to see, like, what is it that happened, so you can see where the chalk came off, right? And so
Yeah.
you can see how far off on the cue you actually hit the ball. And
Going for an early 9 here. See if he
yeah, this
can.
is pretty wired.
Yeah.
I don't see any issues with this.
Well, he just needs to make sure and not let the cue ball loose. He's focusing on the 7-9. The last thing you want to do is have the cue ball come off and scratch or something funny.
Yep, you're right. If you're all focused on the 9 and you hammer this, that cue ball can go on the side.
Yep.
Yeah, good shot.
Drilled it right in the pocket.
All right, now we got a tie game again.
4-4. Yeah.
This is a heated finals match. what do you think? Do you think if you were a betting man, would you say it's going to go to a second set, or do you think that Keith is going to take it down in the first set?
So funny you ask, because I happen to be a betting man, but I have no action on this. But right now, honestly, I like both these guys. I'm friends with both these guys. They're both really good guys and everything. I think they both have the potential to do really well here, but I'm almost always going to default to experience. And right now, 4-4 finals, pressure on, I've got to default to Keith. And that's just from the seasoning thing that we've talked about before. Now, with that said, I can tell you, I don't know if you were on the last match at all, but the third place match to get to the finals, I know you're on there a little bit, but at the very end, it was hill. No matter what mistakes were made, David Jenny from Spokane played great. He missed a couple 9 balls, left him hanging. That cost him some games. Jose made a 9 and scratched. I mean, they kind of both gave each other some games, but Hill Jose ended up getting up there with a funky table as a 3-ball out, but it was kind of funky. Got bad to the 8. He drilled the bank on the 8 and then got to a bank on the 9 and drilled the bank on the 9 and got out to win the match.
Wow.
So as much as I say experience and seasoning, I mean, I can't shy away from the fact that in that moment he drilled some great shots just to get out.
Okay. That was a good attempt
I'm
at the one there.
I'm still going to default to Keith. I have
Okay.
to.
Yeah, they go with the experience. Well,
Yeah.
and not only that, but Keith has his name on the back of his jersey, and I think that adds like 50 points to your Fargo, doesn't it? When you have your
Yeah,
name
I
on your
think that's
jersey. Yeah,
I think that's what they advertise, right?
yeah, I'm pretty sure. So, if you're not sure who to bet on, go with the guy that's got the jersey with his name on it.
Yep. Yeah.
Just kidding.
Well, no, I'll tell you what's funny about that is typically if they got their name on the back of their jersey, they've traveled somewhere and they've played in some stuff.
That's true. Yeah, it is.
You
It
know,
is. I was joking, but it is actually a
it
little bit.
it is a thing
Yeah.
because I guarantee you that Jose doesn't have a pull shirt with his name on the back, and that's probably because he has literally hardly any experience when it comes to traveling or playing any big events or anything.
Heck of an attempt by Keith. I
Yeah.
like what he was doing there, trying to get in underneath the 3-ball, and now he's left himself a really thin angle. I think he's trying to back cut this into the side pocket. This could be a highlight reel if this goes. Oh, so it does go. What an amazing shot. I don't know if you hit the save button or if I did first, but we probably both did.
I was say I hit it.
Did you? I did too. I always wondered what happens if 2 commentators hit the button.
Oh no.
Oh no! And then right after that, that was such an amazing back cut on the 3.
I used to always me and Rich years ago and our buddy Scott, we used to always call that fancy play syndrome. When you make a great shot and you come out really good, you need to take an extra second to just let some of that calm down a little bit because oftentimes people miss the easy shot right after.
Fancy shot syndrome. I like it. FSS. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We just say same guy. Like
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
always said, same guy, because they're like, how did you miss it? How is that? Is that the same guy that just shot that last incredible shot and just missed the easier one? Yeah,
Or
same guy.
Or if you're Molly Oliver, you say, "How embarrassing." Thanks, Molly.
Is Molly in the chat? I don't see her.
No, I doubt she is. That's one of the things that stuck with me.
Fancy shot syndrome. I like that one. It is true because you're kind of on a little bit of a high there, right? You made a great shot. You got a good look. All right, so now Keith is looking really good. 8 to the 9 is going to be it's going to take a little bit of a stroke, and he's got the good angle for it. That was perfect. Come off the rail to the other side of the 8. This gives you lots of room.
Oh, and he missed it. He was stretched out and shot kind of fast.
Yeah, I feel like he rushed that one because that's one. Again, when you're down to those last couple of balls on the table, it's so critical that you make everything, and that's when you have to take the extra time. Oh no, Jose is giving it back. I was going to say it's going to be hard for Jose to have a leave at the 9, and I think that was going through his mind, and that's what caused him to miss the 8. Is kind of worried about where he was going to end up on the 9 ball. But now it's just worst case scenario is he leaves it right by the pocket.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's one of those shots on the 8 is I would prefer to play that cue ball back and forth up table and back than to try to slow roll it, because look, he even tried to slow roll it, still ended up with funny shot on the 9 if he'd made it.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the equipment too for me in those situations. If I truly trust that the equipment's good, I'm not going to get any rollouts of any way, then I'm going to slow roll that. I think I'm more controlled. But if I feel like the table's been rolling off a little bit somewhere, then yeah, I'm going to do what you said. I'm just going to hit it firmer and take the extra rail, go down and back. It's just more
And
confident.
and for me, and it's a lot of it's a me thing, but I've found with myself in hitting a long straight shot,
Mm.
if I'm hitting them soft, I personally don't strike the cue ball very well.
Hmm.
I don't strike it clean, and that's a me thing. But if I'm not putting a good stroke on the ball, I feel like there's some room for error. I might not hit center ball.
You're
I might
right.
come off, put some unplanned spin on the ball. So
Well, they
I
say.
like to just let my stroke out, let me control the cue ball and not worry about any of that.
Yeah, they say that the most accurate shot, if you think of a shot speed between 1 through 10, 10 being the hardest you can hit it and 1 being the softest you can hit it, your most accurate speeds are going to be 4 through 6, right?
Yeah.
That's where you're the most accurate. The closer you get to 10 or the closer you get to 1, the least accurate you're going to be, because any little movement in your stroke makes it maximizes the difference in how you hit it and where it goes. So any errors are amplified the closer you get to 10 or 1. So you typically want to stay within that 4 to 6 speed range. So that mid speed range is going to be your most accurate.
Yeah, that makes sense. And at the same time, when you're on either end of the spectrum, we all play with these fancy low deflection cues and shafts and stuff, and then here we are allowing ourselves to add deflection into a shot just based off of the little movement in your elbow or a little movement in something by a soft shot or a hard shot.
Right. But it is important to practice hitting it hard and soft.
Yep.
And striking the cue ball well with all speeds. It's important because sometimes you have to, right? You have to hammer it to stun it off the rail and gum out, or you have to hit a slow roll shot that you don't really want to. That was a good 2 rails, never fails kind of shot there. But no
Can
look.
he see the 6?
I don't think so. I think he's going to have to jump over the edge of the 9, I'm guessing. Yeah, he's getting his jump cue out. He's only going to have to go over the edge. So this is okay. You want to be careful that you don't hit the 6 on the left side because you could end up scratching, I think. This one I might actually just jump with my brake cue because I don't really want that much. You see how much elevation he got on that cue ball. Look at this. Nope.
Oh, it's going to sit up.
Yeah, everything's laying up now. It's all Duck City here for Keith to go on the hill. But those little jump shots where you only have to really go over an edge of the ball, I kind of prefer to use my brake cue because you only need just a little tiny hop. And using my brake cue, it's got the phenolic, hard tip on it, so it jumps well. It just doesn't get height, right?
Yeah.
But it's more accurate for those shots where you're using more distance.
This is a big game here. Getting to the hill first is always big.
Yep.
He's made those little. See, he's taking his time. This is smart. He's made that little mistake at the end of the racks, and he doesn't want to do that again.
Right. There's been a lot of 8-ball mistakes, right? Going around the 9. I like it.
Yeah, and see, that's the experience I'm talking about.
Yeah.
In the moment, he realized this is important. I've made a few mistakes on these. I'm not going to make a mistake here.
Right.
Stood up and gave the shot the respect it deserved and got down and shot it with intent.
Yep.
It's good.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, you're absolutely right. He realized, the natural angle with just a touch of outside gets me right around the 9. Perfect.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So he looked at it. I think his first intent was maybe to use inside, and then kind of stood up and said, well, hey, it's more natural to go outside and go around. It's easier. The cue ball wants to go in that direction.
Yeah, yeah. Don't try stopping it. Let it go its natural course.
Yeah, it's always going to be easier.
Yeah. Yeah, defects. I think that's Eddie. I can't tell the picture in this chat box here, but yeah, Jose made it to the finals. He's definitely had a tough struggle road here, but he's putting in work. He's down right now, but he's definitely trying to stay in this match. See how this break is on the hill. Oh, he missed his spot. He clipped off the edge of that one. That's why it went flying around and didn't get the best of breaks.
I'm gonna go to that replay that we saved back there. I want to check this out because I thought that was a 3-ball, pretty impressive shot to back cut that 3-ball. I know it's
I think he's trying to back cut this
2
from the
racks
side
ago, but
pocket. This could be a highlight reel. If this
that is a
goes.
very tough shot to make.
Oh, so it does go.
Yeah. Yeah. Good shot. And then he missed that 4-ball.
Yeah, we won't show that replay.
Yeah.
We only save the good ones. He can watch that one by himself.
Right. And he missed that ball trying to force this around table. And I think he's going to be put into jail here. I'm not sure if he's going to just roll onto the 6-ball or if he's going to clip the edge of the 1 and try to get down here somewhere. But
Yeah.
Oh, he's firing at
He's
that.
firing at the 9. I like that. It was a
Two-way.
good 2-way shot. Look at all the
Yeah.
coverage down there. It's really smart play. And again, the experience. He's like, I'll take a shot at winning the game and stick the cue ball down in that big mess, right?
Yep. Yep.
Oh, I don't like a jump here. Just this,
No.
because it looks like you have to go over the 2 and the 3. But what are your other options, Josh? I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, well, maybe you can go, yeah, that way. Yeah, and then one more, one more rail and coming to the other side. I think that's your best chance for a successful hit. I don't like it. Do you think maybe that this is in play?
I don't think so.
Coming through the
I
gap?
think that 6-9's in the way.
Yeah,
it feels like
it does look like it. I mean, I'm drawing it that way, but I don't think it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. I was going to hit the button anyway. He's going your way. Oh, good try.
He decided to go just the 2 rails at it, but that was a good attempt.
Yeah.
I can tell you something that we didn't really think about in the moment, but so the other earlier in the week, I want to say maybe Wednesday night, there was a money match that was on the table, and it was part of our BFS stuff, and we were streaming and commentating, and we were in bar. So both Rich and I were at the Dutch, and there's a big screen TV. So right now, where you're looking at this camera, to the left on the wall, right behind where the players are sitting, is a big screen TV.
Okay.
And I can stream to that. So on my phone, I went ahead and streamed the YouTube video that we were watching to that screen and had the chat up so that the players could turn around and they could see people rooting for them in the chat, cheering them on. After a shot, they could look up and see that for the replay if they made a mistake or whatever.
Yeah, sure.
And didn't really think about it, but there was a few shots where they're kind of down, looking, trying to figure out what to do. And here we are on chat drawing what we think they should do.
So just waiting 20 seconds so they can see what you're going to draw up for them.
Wait, I can look over and watch what we think they should do.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose, if you're patient enough and you wait and watch the screen, they're going to draw something up for you. It's like, I don't know what to do here. Let's just wait for the commentators to draw it up. And, oh, yeah, that looks good. I'll try that.
Heck, with our drawing, too, sometimes it's so accurate, we're even giving them a spot to hit.
Right. Yeah. It's like, yeah. That's funny.
And, watching the players, neither one of them were really ever looking up there. The only time they ever looked is when they'd miss some ball or something and make a mistake. They'd walk in, sit down, and they'd turn around and watch what they did.
That's what I like. That's what I like about it. Having the live stream on the TV So it's like a 20-second delay. So after you miss your shot, you sit in your chair and you look up and you go, okay, how did I hit that? Because you don't
Yeah.
realize it in the moment until you watch your body on video and you watch your mechanics, and then you see what you did. And then you can make real-time corrections in the middle of the match. And that's, for me, is really valuable stuff.
Yeah. Well, and for me, like that was one of the reasons we were doing it, is I was like, they can sit and they can look up there and see it. Other people sitting in the bar were sitting there watching the match. And when you'd see a shot like that, if they're not streaming on here, then they don't get to see the replays we're doing. But they could literally turn and look, and then we would do replays.
Boom.
Great
Look at that.
shot.
Go right through the window between the 3-6.
Yeah. What a great shot.
Yeah, I don't think it worked out great for him, but it was a good shot.
But yeah, I mean, they go back and watch, but at the same time, we told people watching the stream, like, hey, let them know if you're supporting them and you're here watching them, because they can see your chat. And then we had some stuff in there like, come on, uncle, and come on, whoever, and so the players could look up and see that. And I don't know if that adds pressure or what, but I don't know, it's pretty cool. It's just we had to rethink the whole drawing lines on the screen.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well,
All right.
I think it definitely adds a little bit of pressure, but I think that that's good. And I think it
Yeah.
adds excitement too. I'll tell you what, I mean, obviously, I've done a lot in the live streaming pool world over the last few years, but the first time that I was on a live stream was during COVID, and it was out of my house basically. And this guy had this thing where you just set up your phone and he would patch you into this, nationwide like ghost live stream where you play in the ghost on your home table and you're playing against all these other players. And it was the first time I'd ever done anything like that. And I'll tell you what, I was at my house by myself playing pool, and I could just feel my heart racing. I was sweating.
Yeah.
It was hot. I was like nervous, and I was like, this is exhilarating, and I felt that it was incredible. And I was like, man, everybody's got to have an opportunity to experience that, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's what we're, kind of helping create, is that environment.
Yeah, for sure.
It's an adrenaline thing, I think, for a lot of us. Oh, and he
He bounced over it.
jumped over the 3-ball. That was a great jump to get over the 6. But man, it just hopped right over the 3.
Yeah, that BFS platform that Rich and I started a long time ago, and Rich mostly runs it, but that was the whole purpose of it. We years ago, I mean, we started it probably 15 years ago, and at the time it was a lot of the stronger players, we'd all been playing in big tournaments, and been to Lincoln City, played on streams, played in big moments, big pressure moments. We've been through a lot of that, but a lot of the lower rated players never had, whether it be locally, but out of town, anything. They've never been able to experience
Oh,
those and see what it's like to
nice shot.
play.
Nice
Yeah,
shot from
it's a
Keith
great
there.
combo, and he's got the 4 in the side. It looks like
I
right
think
through
so.
all of that.
No, that's great what you and Rich have created with the BFS in the pool community in Yakima. I think it's just awesome. I remember Rich telling me about that when I first went out to Yakima to install the EvoSports system, and just meeting you guys and learning all about that stuff. And it's just great to see. It's the pool communities. All pool communities need people like you and Rich.
Yeah, I wish I could take some more credit for it. I've helped him quite a bit, but it's mostly Rich, man. He's putting in a lot of work trying to help with all kinds of stuff. He's even him and another guy, Delmer Poncho. They
Wow!
shot.
Oh, what a shot there! Oh man,
And this is for the match. This is for the tournament if he gets out here.
that was money on that 4-ball. I mean, the combo and then that 4, he had to jack up, and look at how perfect he got on the 5. I'm impressed. Keith Tapp.
Great shot.
He's on my radar now. That's impressive. In the finals too. He's looking to go undefeated in the entire tournament. From yesterday morning till now, he has not been defeated in any of his matches. And he's looking at closing this thing out with these 3 balls.
Yep. Yeah, he's been playing solid pool, man. Like I said, he's started matches strong, and then there's been some moments, and we
Oh,
commentator curse him a
yeah.
smidge.
Well, you expect after those shots, you expect, okay, this is it, right? This is his moment to
Yeah.
close out the match. But the hardest games to win, what do they say in a match? The hardest games to win are the first match and
The last
the
match,
last
yeah.
game, right? It's like, it's
So now how you hitting this ball? I'm probably, honestly, instead of jacking up, I'm hitting this ball with inside English. Oh, he ended up missing it.
I mean, if the scratch
Philly
wasn't on,
punch. I
inside.
mean, I would probably put some insight and try to actually get the cue ball to come this direction,
Yeah. And even if you end up long on the 7, who cares, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You've got something, right? You're still at the table. This could be a little
Keith
hot.
coming long.
Yep. Coming in hot.
So what does he do here in this moment? Does he play the bank, or does he try to play a safety?
I don't think the bank is on with this angle. I think that you can cut it.
Yeah, he's looking at a safety.
I don't like a safety because it's
You get it too hard.
well, because there's only 2 balls on the table. There's only one
Yeah.
ball that you could hide behind. It's just there's so many things that could go wrong with a safety. I think I go for the cut maybe, even though it's really difficult. But Jose now with a chance to stick around. Oh, speaking of
my
sticking,
gosh.
I used the wrong choice of words when I said stick because the cue ball pretty much stuck to the 9 there. Yeah, that's no good. He's wondering how in the world did I end up here? Out of all the places on the table I could have ended up, that was maybe,
Well, and when he was going to shoot the 7, he probably didn't even care about shape. He probably just thought, make the 7. I can make this 9 from anywhere.
that's kind of what you're thinking, right? Make the 7,
Yeah.
and it doesn't matter where you end up. You'll get something on the 9. There's 6 pockets on the table, right? You're going to have something. No, not necessarily.
Yeah, this is one of the few spots.
Okay, how about this? A really thin hit on the 9 and bring the cue ball right down to here, super thin, and you're going to leave him a difficult shot on the 9 at that point. This is what you don't want to leave him. It's just the offensive shot was so difficult. I felt like you had to just, if you paper thin cut the 9 ball, it barely moves, right? And the 9 ends up, maybe like in this area, and the cue ball ends up in this area, right?
See, I like the shot that he did, not trying to pocket it, but trying to use that, but using some inside English and trying to kill the cue ball to stay down on this end.
All right. Well,
Keith gets it.
congratulations, Keith Tapp.
Yep. Good job. Went undefeated through the whole thing. He already got the winner take all side pot money because Jose did not get himself in the side pot. So Keith already had that coming into this spot, but he gets the $1,000 bonus for the tournament too.
Nice. I wish we could hear what they're saying for the little post tournament awards there and the money payouts. One of the things that we're looking at doing is we have these little wireless microphones that can plug into the Evo box that you can just sort of clip on your lapel. And so like in situations like this, where you're at the end of a tournament and you want to say something to the audience who's watching, they can use those microphones. So that's something that we're looking at kind of bringing out pretty soon.
Yeah, super cool. Rich is going to end the stream here. He rarely lets it keep running.
Okay.
No, he is, I guess.
That's all he knows.
So
that
would be really cool. And that's something that Rich and I have talked about wanting to, because there's a lot of people that will watch these, like some of these BFS matches, and they like to hear our point of view or our side on things to see what we're thinking about different shots. So we've even talked about getting some kind of mics that we can wear and play sets against each other, like us or Poncho or some of the other players around the area, play some sets against each other and really talk through the rack as we're playing.
Yeah.
just for those kinds of things, you know?
Yeah, if there's not too much noise and music, loud music and stuff like that playing in there,
Yeah.
then it would work fine. That's when it becomes a problem when it's a really noisy environment. Then they pick up everything, as you guys have probably heard before. When you're
Yeah.
commentating from the venue, but yeah, well, maybe you guys can be our test pilots for this rollout.
Yeah.
So
Because we can come in after hours there. That's what we talked about doing is because we have access. Rich kind of helps take care of stuff there. So we can come in after hours, jukebox off, and we can just go through and play with it.
I will message you offline, and we'll see if we can get you set up with doing that. That sounds fun.
Let us know. I appreciate you jumping on, Patrick. Thank you.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure. Thanks, Josh. And keep doing what you guys are doing. It's awesome.
Yep, we appreciate Evo and everything you guys are doing too. So,
and thanks everybody for watching and jumping in the chat. It's good seeing you guys, and we'll talk soon.
All right. See ya. Yeah, good job, Jose and Keith. Good tournament play by Keith, winning this thing. Awesome job by Jose, battling through, man. I mean, this is his first big tournament, and hats off to you for battling through. Keith was just a little too strong here at the end, but you played good. You did what you needed to do, and he did what he needed to do. So, congrats to both you guys. Thanks for listening, everybody. I don't know the schedule for the next BFS matches or next tournaments we got here at the Dutch. You have to check with Rich. Go to the BFS page to see what upcoming BFS matches there are. Other than that, I'm out of here. Thanks, everybody.